Hello, this is Carolyn with Carolyn's Paper Therapy. I'm back this evening to work some more on the Simple Things journal. This will be our 5th video tutorial, and tonight I will be doing the section on reading and writing, which is one of our simple things, and also I'll be putting together the Super Simples 4 page. So just a quick review of what we've done so far. The cover includes Super Simples 1, which is on the cover and opens up to fold out 2 different ways inside the front cover. I have clipped it closed with this clip with some dangles on it. Then our first simple things that we focused on was music, and I did a few pages on music. The second Super Simples is this page right here. Our second Simple Things was Peace and Quiet, and we put together all these pages together. And this page is Super Simples number 3. And so I was ready next to do the next section, which is featuring reading and writing as a simple thing. And the idea of this journal is that there are so many things that we can do and get involved in that are simple things that basically don't cost anything. They're just things that can bring us joy and pleasure in our lives by doing these things. And I'm revealing a new simple thing each video. And this one is reading and writing. And what I did in this one, I went ahead and put the pages together because I feel like it's just easier for me to explain what I did than for you to sit and watch me glue everything together. So what I used basically was some book pages, and these elements on here, most of them that feature books and teas and reading and writing little words and stuff, is from Calico Collage digital kit called A Good Book. And I did a whole journal using that Calico Collage digital kit. And if you want to look that up in my videos, it was called Book Lovers Journal, and you might enjoy looking through it. So I had some things that left over from that kit, plus I went back and printed a few things that I thought I could use in here, which are basically the smaller elements. And everything in here is done on regular white paper because I'm trying to keep the bulk of the journal down because the Super Simples take up a bulk in each page with lots of pockets and flips and things. So basically I'm not adding a whole lot to each page except to provide a lot of writing space and also keep with our theme in this section of reading and writing, and keep it kind of flat. So I first found a background paper in a digital kit, and I don't know what it was from, that had kind of a faint handwriting in the background. And I printed out those pages and cut them to fit on each of the pages that I was using to fill in between Super Simples 3 and 4. So I cut those out and applied them on the page, each page, with the exception of one, and I did a collage. You'll see it later. Okay, so on this page, I put down that background, and then this is just a piece of ribbon that I had saved, and I glued it on there. And I used a piece of paper that coordinates with this, and I wrote on it myself, reading and writing. That's the title of this section. This is the number that was left over from one of my Super Simples. And these little flowers I got at Michael's. I've used them before in this journal, I believe. They're just paper flowers, and they're not real thick. This piece here, I had printed out this stack of books, and I just ripped it around the edges and inked it so that we still have some writing space on this page, but this is basically a title page. This little saying here is from that same kid. It says, journal writing is a voyage to the interior. So in writing, you can write in a journal. You can write letters and notes to people. You can write your thoughts in this kind of a journal. There are many different ways that you can write. I use Facebook and write some good encouraging and inspirational words. So there's a lot of ways that you can write that gives an expression of yourself and encouragement and inspiration to others. And then, of course, reading would be reading books, scripture, anything that you might read that would give you enjoyment. With libraries, there's no cost in reading, so reading and writing are both things that you can do without spending any money, but give you ultimate pleasure. This next page, I used a book page on it and just ripped it and used an element with a teacup, because you picture yourself drinking a cup of tea and reading a book, a cup of coffee. This is a piece of ribbon, paper lovers, and some pearls. This gives some good writing space. Excuse me. Our next page gives quite a lot of writing space, and I used the words book lover, and I have used some stickers, floral stickers on this page. This is from some papers that I had. I just have a pile of papers that I'm using out of when I create these journals. And this one is kind of a barnwood look, and it parts of it has roses on it. So it fits in with our theme here. So I used the pink flowers and the typewriter for writing. This page I did something a little different. When I first started creating items, like I started creating greeting cards, and I first signed up for these kits, and they sent you everything you needed and showed you how to put everything together, and that was a good way to start because I had all the elements I needed, full instructions, and it gave me some experience in gluing and using papers. And so then the next step was a friend of mine makes greeting cards, and she introduced me to stamping and die cuts. And so I have a collection of die cuts and stencils and stamps that I need to start using in these journals, because it is something that would make them unique rather than just use the kits that are out. Anyway, I had this one stamp that I really loved of this girl sitting on a soft wingback chair, drinking a cup of tea, reading a book with her cat in her lap, and I thought it would be perfect to put in this journal. And I had made cards like this and had written the words on there myself: read a book, travel anywhere. And I think during COVID I read something like 200 books in a couple of years, just to keep my mind occupied and to take me places that I would probably never get to go, but it kept my mind active as I had to be at home so much. And I was also caregiver for my husband, so it was a great escape for me. Anyway, I wanted to include this in here, so what I did was I did kind of a collage in the background of papers and book pages, And this is one of the sayings from that Good Book digital kit. This was a piece of cardstock that I had already printed on the front and back that had lined paper inside, so I decided to fold it in half, and I used washi tape to attach it on here so that this flips open like a book and can be written in. And I don't want it flopping around when you open the book, so I just used a paper clip, and I will probably come back and decorate this paper clip in some way and have some little dangles hanging off. But I didn't do that today. Applied some lace on the edge. The next page is just very simple. I used this image of a typewriter and flowers and glued it on, and this says long ago. Many books are written and are old and about times that have long passed and are a good source of information and history. So that's what that little tag is. On this page, I decided to cover it with lace, where the lace flips up. So at the bottom of the page, I used that barnwood paper with the roses again. And these are just some elements. This is one I had left over from Super Simples 3, I believe. And this was from the book, A Good Book kit. This saying was from that kit. And so I took a piece of, I glued the lace on at the top. And then I put this cardstock over it that matches this background. It's out of cardstock though to hold it in place, and then put the word journal on top of it, and this can be flipped up to write underneath. This next page, I used a piece of paper that I had embossed in my die cut machine. I did have to line it with another piece of paper because sometimes when you emboss, it kind of cuts the paper a little bit, and I couldn't get my journal cards to slide down in there smoothly. So I had to take it off of here and back it with another thin piece of paper so that these will slide in and out easily. This is, I don't know where these pages came from. They're just some I had printed out that had lines and handwriting, and they're just journal cards. This one flips open for writing, and I used some elements from that A Good Book kit from Calico Collage on there. Now this page is ready. I found a background paper that I liked for what we're going to create with the Super Simples 4. And this is the background for that. And we won't glue it on here until we're all finished. So I'm going to set my book aside at this time, and we'll start to work on Super Simples 4. The first thing we'll do on this is you have a piece of paper that looks like this. This flap will glue on the back of this, and then this will glue together so it flips back and forth. So the first thing we'll do is glue this to itself. And it's okay if it doesn't meet totally at the fold, because you're going to want it to be able to flip over and lay flat. So what we do on this is we'll have 3 pockets on each side. 3 pockets on the front, and then when you flip it over, there'll be 3 small pockets on the back. So I'm going to put this aside and we'll work on our pockets. And I've already figured out how I want them. So the first thing we'll do is get the pockets on the page. By gluing them. So this is your flap. This will be the front with the 3 pockets. So these will glue on this flap. Something like this. Leaving a little extra, extra room at the top. And then what I do on this side, I will mark it on the back and put the pockets on the back in the same location. So I'll glue these down on the bottom 3 sides. This particular super simple is super simple, and so I think you will enjoy doing it. It's a relaxing little project. Now I'll go ahead and decorate these as I have these laid out. I have torn a little book page, and I use the sayings, the things of my soul. On this top pocket. And most of these elements are included in the kit, so you can place them on however you might want them. Or select something else if you want to. There's 3 of these little things that add, 4 of these that add some color, and I think I've used all 4 of them in here. It's nice to have a little bit of color. This sticks out over the edge just a little. I'm gonna cut that off right now, or forget it. At the bottom here, we have a little piece of, this is book page out of that dictionary that I've used before. And a bee. Now I'm just going to take my pencil and mark on the back here. So that I get the ones on the back in approximately the same place. So these 3 pockets are ready to be filled, and then we'll glue our 3 pockets on the back. This is one of those little squares from the kit that this will add some color to our pages. This one I have a little book page and the words "Be Still My Soul." I think I'm going to put that one on at an angle. And I'll cut off this little edge that sticks out there. I'll come back and ink that later. At the bottom here, I've got a little piece of book page. And another flower, colored flower, square. Now this is going to fit on this, it'll be glued on just like so. But I think I will go ahead and work on the rest of what goes on this behind here before I glue this down. So essentially what we're going to have is a pocket that will hold a tag like this. We're gonna put this circle on here and just glue it on this edge here and this edge on the bottom. Then I'll decorate the circle and then we'll come and do the tag. So I want to do the very edge of the side and the bottom of this circle. And that will make our pocket for our tag. It's kind of a side pocket, corner pocket. And this is what I'm going to put on here. This is one of the flowers that I got also from Michael's. It's a paper flower, and I took my ink and kind of just inked the edges so it wouldn't be just stark white. So this is going to be layered over here. I'm going to start out with a piece of a book page from that dictionary. This is a little piece of ephemera from this kit. I believe it's from this kit. And another one of our flowers. I'm using the words in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct thy path. And then down here in this corner, I'll put the flower. Okay, now we're ready to do our tag. That will fit in there like that. So let me work on the tag. Instead of gluing it closed, I'm going to let the tag open up for writing on the back and the inside. And this came in the kit, and it's just folded over, and it was suggested that it be glued closed. I printed on both sides, so I decided to let it open up. And I'm going to use this pretty daisy flower on the front. I wanted to use this tab at the top for a pull, so I'll glue down just the bottom half of it. And then these little items here are all part of the kit, and I am just, whoops, that was supposed to be a pocket. Oh, shoot. See if I can open that back up. That was supposed to be a, no, I can't. Oh well, I messed up. That was supposed to be a pocket. What we'll do is we'll do something else with those, maybe on the back side. I was going to put them in as a pocket. So this is ready to go in our side pocket here. And then I want to glue this on this edge here and line it up so that it can close. And I would suggest that you pull it out just enough that this can close easily, since we've got some depth here with the pockets and then the items we're going to put inside. So I'll put the glue on here. And I have left that out just a little from the edge of this so that it will fold over easy. And so now we're ready to fill our little pockets. These little items here is what I had planned to put in the pockets, one in each pocket. And it just gives a little writing space on the front and back. You could come along and decorate these, or leave them plain like this. Okay, now this is ready to be glued on our page. And it is also to be a pocket and include this this here. Whenever what is it, Pink Monarch Prints lady, she had it coming out on this side. I'm going to have it come out on this side. So when we glue this down, we're going to glue down these three sides. And then this is going to slide in here. We have a couple things to do to it, but it'll slide in there. Okay, I'm also going to leave this open so it can be written on the inside and on the back, or on the inside. On the back, this was part of the kit, so I'm going to put this on the back. I'm going to fix this with a tab on the side, so I'll glue down the bottom edge of it to this outside edge so you can see that there is something in that pocket. So this will pull out, open up for journaling, decorated on the back. And that will go right in like that. And these items here that I goofed up on, I think I'll go ahead and stick 3 of them. I'll go ahead and stick them in this pocket. I think that'll be fine because they have room to write on the back. And they look kind of cute in there. We can still see our flower. Now she had taken a paper clip and slid it over this, which I probably will do that. I don't have one out here, just to keep this from flopping when you open it up. But then it will come off, and you can open that up to see the tag and the pocket inside. So this is our super simple number 4. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you'll take some time to reflect on the simple things in your life. To me, this creating a journal, well, I can't really say it's simple, but it is a simple thing to have a nice hobby that you can sit down and enjoy and kind of forget about all the stresses of the day. I know it works for me, and I'm enjoying making these things, and also making the video to share with you. And so always remember, every day's a gift. Look for the joy in each day and share it with everyone you meet along the way. If you have gifts to share, don't be afraid. Go ahead and reach out. There is always someone who will benefit from the knowledge or experience that you have, or will benefit from your sharing of your gifts. So always reach out and share your gifts to others. So until next time, I'll see you soon.